Inspirational and motivational here at Love How. Get a better mindset and set your goals here at Love How. Educational things you need to know here at Love How. Like credit, home, buying, loans, and much more here at Love How. The space for
Hey, hey, hey. I need to mute myself on Instagram. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Because it's we have both of us singing. It's just not working out. So I gotta figure out how to mute myself over here in these streets.
So I just closed out my Instagram.
Yeah, they said don't close it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I still have it up, but it's just not. Okay.
Okay, well let me try that then. If you still got it up. Because I'm my echo, that's all I hear. Okay. Oh snap. Oh my God.
We having a few technical difficulties today.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to mute my. I'm trying to click on the mute button at the top so I won't hear the echo on Instagram because you know I hate echoes. I don't know. I might have to just close it out. Oh well, I'm just gonna close it out.
Okay.
Yeah, let me try. Yeah, that's not working. I'm closing out Instagram. All right, so welcome, 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 welcome. Everybody, welcome to the Homebuyers Clubhouse. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I am a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Miss Erica Batts, introduce yourself, honey.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. I am your home loan chick, and I am here at New American Funding, and I'm ready to get you in your new home in 2024.
Yes, Erica, I'm excited about today's topic. You know, this is probably our last live for the year, I guess. Until we decide on when we're going to do our vision board party. But this is probably going to be our last live for the year. And we thought that this would be a good conversation to have because we've been seeing this a lot in the market. Erica, I don't know about you. Whenever I bought my home, I was excited. I was super excited. I found my home off the market. It was my second chance to get a house because for those of you guys who don't know me, before I bought my home, I had a foreclosure on my credit. I had bankruptcy. So I was really excited to get my second home, right? So yeah, I went under contract, but it's common to get nervous, right? It's common to get nervous. It's common to have a lot of questions. At the time, I was a real estate agent. And again, I found my home on Craigslist. So it's common to kind of get nervous about the whole situation. But Erica, what we've been seeing a lot is we've been seeing a lot of people backing out. So that's what we're talking about today. You know, people get in there, they're excited, and then they back out and they change their mind. Erica, how did you feel when you bought your homes? Did you experience anything like that?
I was excited because it was when I bought my first one, it was I was young and it was just like the reality, I kind of looked at the reality of it as, okay, if I'm paying these people over here rent, I need to pay something where I know that my payment is going to be stable for the next, 30 years or whatever. So it was more the practicality of it. And then once I got in it, because I remember moving in and thinking, man, this is like I went from an apartment to a house, and it was just like this house is it's a lot of stuff in this house. Like it like not there's a lot of space in the house as
Yes.
opposed to living in an apartment. And then like I had a yard, a driveway, and all of those things. And then just and it took me a while before I started to then kind of feel like I could personalize it and make it my own, and I can do this and I don't have to ask nobody.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, and I think that's the thing with, I think that's one of the problems right now with people changing their mind because they're getting caught up in the frenzy of it when they're looking. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I want this. And a lot of times these people have not made any sort of list as far as
Yes.
this is what I have to have. This is what would be nice to have. Because that's what I generally tell people to do is to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and make your list when you start to look. The last house that we purchased, I made a list of these are the things I have to have. These are the things that would be nice to have. And I think I've told that story before where when I got my house, everything that I needed that I had to have,
Mm-hmm.
all. And I basically bought this house sight unseen. Like I had seen a floor plan, but I didn't see anything else in this house. But it had everything that was on that I have to have list.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Your must-haves, your maybes, and yeah, all of those. So your must not haves also, what you're not willing to settle for.
Hmm.
I think the biggest thing that we kind of see here in this market, Erica, and with Christmas, it's not just with the home. Also, when you're out shopping, your Christmas shopping, people are excited. They just buying, and then they get home and they start looking at it like, yo, I spent all my doggone money today. Or they go buy this $5,000 dress in Dubai or something like that, and you're just like, why did I buy that? And so we're going to talk about some ways to avoid buyer's remorse today. Erica,
Hmm.
you just gave out a really good one. Pretty much picturing your home. That's a big one because a lot of people, they don't know what they want and they just kind of go out there. I was easy,
Hmm.
I'm not picky. I'm not saying the person that, I'm not saying you're picky either, but I'm not picky. I'm easy. It's clean. It's safe. It's where I wanted it. As if it's in the area that I wanted in, I'm easy. Unless the bedroom is too small, I can't deal with that. But outside of that, yeah, I'm pretty easy. But write down your do's and your don'ts, your haves and your won'ts.
Well,
Write those down.
and I feel like that was really it for me. There was things that I was like, no, I gotta have this. I gotta have this double vanity
Mm-hmm.
in the bathroom because I don't want to have to share a sink with my husband. That's gonna be a disaster for both of us. But so I knew that was an absolute. I'm not gonna do that. And so I actually feel like I got more than what I asked for. But everything I put on that list, that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what our house is.
Yeah, I had a buyer that told me one time, she was like, honey, we gotta have our own bathrooms because if we don't, I think we're gonna end up getting a divorce. I was just like,
Well, and I will
wow.
tell you, for most people, it's the husband. The husband is messy, and the wife is not. That's not the case. I got all the stuff, and my husband is a minimalist. So I got makeup and this and that, and this face cream and moisturizer and all of this stuff on my side of the sink, and on his side of the sink, he ain't got nothing but some contacts lens stuff. That's it.
But that's how it be though. And then they'd be like, she talk about me. Look at her mess.
Hmm.
Our stuff
Right,
lined up on the whole counter. So absolutely, we make it the biggest mess on the sink. But let me leave one thing in the floor. Me and something
right.
else. Just pick up. How about that? So anyway, so yeah, so the first thing is you do want to picture your home. You want to know what you're shopping for while you're out there shopping. Another thing is to that you want to one thing that you want to do, especially like once you go under contract to avoid buyer's remorse, is remember why you fell in love with that home in the first place. Just remember why you fell in love with it. What was it that got you excited about that property? Same thing. I just had a client that backed out, right? And usually I try to help them through it and help them process it. But
Hmm.
I kind of felt like they settled for that property, in my
Right,
opinion. But
right,
at the end of the day, it's not really my place to say, oh yes, it's not really my place. Like this is not the house that you described to me. And I have seen buyers buy houses that they didn't describe and they kind of changed their mind. That's normal. But it wasn't my first time working with them. So I
right.
knew them. So But sometimes as an agent, I sit down and be like, so just think about it. What made you fall in love with that house? Like, because sometimes they'll start bringing their friends. And that's one thing
Uh-huh.
we have in the book is checking your circle, because, you go under contract, then you want to bring your family in to take a look at the house. They picking stuff apart. Now you've talked yourself
Right.
out of it. But just
Right.
think about it. Why did you fall in love with that house in the first place? Is it the bedroom? Is it the bathroom? Why? I mean, what made you say this is it? Some other things that we do want to talk about, Erica, is a lot of the times, first time home buyers, they always think it's gonna be easy, because you see people on closing day, they excited, they're
Exactly.
taking these photos, but then they get in there and the lenders start asking for this stuff. If you got
Hmm.
down payment assistance, they need this, and they're getting frustrated. And it seems like it's a lot in the beginning. But what I tell my buyers a lot of the times is after the due diligence period, things get a little bit easier for you. Like right now, you just went under contract and it's go, 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 go. And the reason is that way is because, for one, we want to make sure that you get everything over to your lender so they can kind of get everything rolling, everything flowing. For
Hmm.
two, you want to get these inspections so because you want to protect your earnest money deposit.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize here in North Carolina, you got a due diligence deposit and an earnest money deposit. If you find any issues with that property during your inspection periods, during your due diligence period, you can't get your due diligence money back, but you can get your earnest money back. So that's why everything is go, 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 go. Okay.
Hmm.
You got anything you want to add to that, Erica?
No. Well, actually, I will say I feel like a lot of people, they, like you said, they get caught up in the HGTV, like especially first time home buyers, and they feel
Mm-hmm.
like their house has to look like this instead
Mm-hmm.
of sometimes you have to look at the potential for things like, like my house. I have carpet downstairs. Well, I would have liked hardwood. I would have liked the LVP, but I know
Mm-hmm.
that that's always something I can change.
Right.
Let me get the house and I can always rip out the carpet, or, I can always make changes to the house
Mm-hmm.
to make it what I want it to be.
Absolutely. And we talk about that a lot anyway, so what is it? Because so a lot of people, they want they picture their first home being this amazing home. But with this market, is yeah, sometimes you can't always get that.
Right.
And sometimes you do want to
Like,
sometimes you do want to make sure that you I forgot my train of thought.
sorry. Like
It's
as you
okay.
can see, I'm in the office today, so I got a whole lot of activity going on behind me.
Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes it's important that you just make sure that you decide on your must-haves and your nice-to-haves. You really
Hmm.
should. Are you willing to do those cosmetic repairs? And I tell a lot of people, like with your budget, you're only pre-approved for 200,000. Like, are you willing to go in and spend $60 on a can of paint? Are you willing to spend
Right.
$30 on a can of paint to fix this
Exactly.
house up, to fix this room up, or whatever? So prioritize your needs and your wants, and this will guide you in finding a home that truly suits your lifestyle. Number two is you definitely want to make sure you get pre-approved for a mortgage, and we just kind of mentioned this briefly, but knowing your budget beforehand, it helps you narrow down your options and makes the home buying process more smoother. Again, as a real estate agent, once you get pre-approved, I tell a lot of people I can send you homes, but there are thousands of homes in the MLS. Get pre-approved so we'll know your buying power. We'll know what kind of home should we send you, your price range, how many bedrooms do you need, right? And the
Right.
reason we do that is because you could be on Zillow all day looking at all these homes, but once you get pre-approved, you have an idea on, okay, I can get a home in this area for this amount. I can get a home in this area for this amount. I probably can't move to Raleigh with this budget. Like what, or if I do want to move to Raleigh, I'm going to have to do this in order to get this. So that's why it's so important for you guys to go ahead and get pre-approved first. And then that way it'll be easier whenever it comes to your must-haves and your nice-to-haves. Got
Well,
anything on
I think a lot of times when people are looking at Zillow or things like that, they're looking at their budget
Mm-hmm.
and determining, okay, well, it says the payment is $1,250. So I can afford that payment based on what I have.
Mm-hmm.
However, what they haven't looked at is what is someone willing to lend you based on what you
Absolutely.
have, and that number can be absolutely different. So because we have to take student loans into account, we have to
Mm-hmm.
take maybe some things that you aren't paying, and there's certain ratios that we have to fall in, whereas a lot of times people feel like if they're paying that much in rent, then they should be able to afford that much as a
Mm-hmm.
housing payment, and a lot of times that is not the case.
Absolutely. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you inspect, inspect, inspect.
Hmm.
You don't want to skip out on this on your home inspection. I don't care if it's new construction or not. You don't want to skip out on this because again, this may not seem like it goes with our topic today, but it does. So your inspection is going to help you uncover any potential issues, and they're going to ensure that you're making informed decisions.
Right.
Again, let's go back to that client that we just had, right? They were okay with fixing some cosmetic stuff in a way. They
Right.
were but then the home inspection kind of added some extra icing on that cake, like,
Hmm.
nah, I need another $50,000 off this house, type thing.
And you like, you can't get $50,000 because you don't like the paint color. That's not how it works.
It's just another way to kind of talk yourself out of the property. So I'm telling you, if you like that house, if this house have your must-haves and your nice-to-haves in this property, that inspection, that leaky faucet, you're gonna be okay with that. You know what?
Hmm.
I can fix that faucet. It only costs it's a few dollars to get that fixed. You know what I'm saying? You'll
Right.
be okay with that. You will be okay with the small stuff. You'll be okay with the nail pop, which doesn't go on the inspection,
Hmm.
but you think it should be on the inspection. You see what I'm saying? You'll be okay with that because you didn't settle. But that's why, again, it's important to start number one with your must-haves and your nice-to-haves. You need to prioritize that list because it's kind of like what we always say when it comes to vision planning and you setting up your year
Hmm.
for next year. You don't want to go in there with blinders on. You don't want to start a business without a business plan. You don't. I'm telling you. Oh my God. You
Well,
don't want to go in with blinders on. I'm telling you, huh?
I will say I agree. That's why a lot of businesses fail, because you have somebody that may be great at cooking, but
Mm-hmm.
they can't run a catering business because they don't know the back end of it. They're not good at the business part, but they're
Mm-hmm.
great at the cooking part.
Mm-hmm. That's why a team is important. And we're going to talk about a team at the end. But that's why a team is important. Next thing is you want to consider your future resale value of that property.
Hmm.
Because when you go in, you want to think long term. You're thinking long term. A home is an investment, whether you believe it or not. A home is an investment. You paying rent, you ain't getting nothing back out that. But you getting money, you can get money back up out of your home. Okay. So that's why it's important to assess the potential resale value to avoid surprises down the road.
Hmm.
And that's important because, well, for one, you're making an offer on this property, and if that property don't appraise, for one, if it don't appraise, we already trying to pray our way through that based on them CMAs and those comps that
Exactly.
we've already ran. So we're praying that that's that, right? But if you know this house has some cosmetic issues and etc., and you have plans to fix it up, you do want to look at that. Once I fix this house up, once I invest in this property, how much money can I get out of it? Although the banks, they're gonna do a part of that anyway, especially if you're getting a loan.
Right.
Got anything you want to add to
No.
that? All right. Next thing you want to do is explore the neighborhood. I had this conversation with someone the other day.
Hmm.
Visit the area at different times of the day. Please don't call me asking me if it's a good area or not. Don't call me asking me that. And a lot of people who hasn't had a buyer consultation with me, they don't know that. But this is
Well,
why it's important for us to have a buyer consultation as well. But visit the neighborhood different times of the day. For fair housing reasons, I can't tell you what's a bad neighborhood and what's a good neighborhood. And for me,
that's
a good
relative.
neighborhood to me may not be a good neighborhood to you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I get out, walk around. Sometimes I just don't know no better because I'm just used to it. I just be out here in these streets just talking to everybody. They can have a gun behind their back, be ready to shoot me. I wouldn't even know it because I'm just nice. I have blinders on. You don't want to trust me. Nah, I'm playing.
Well, but just like you said, what's good to one person may not be good to somebody else. So it
Mhm,
could be, it's like, oh, well, I wouldn't buy that house because the water treatment plant is next door, or I wouldn't buy that house because there's only one way in and one way out of the neighborhood, or I wouldn't buy that.
mhm,
People who a lot of times people who don't have a house is always
mhm.
telling you what they would do if they could get a house, but they ain't even close to getting a house.
Girl, if it was me, I would.
Hmm.
Girl, if it was me, I would. If it was me, I would, honey.
But then you think about, well,
I
why you
would.
ain't bought no house? Oh, well, buying a house ain't for me. So then the story is different. So sometimes
Well,
you can't listen to the naysayers, and it's people, and sometimes it's people in your life that mean well. And
mhm.
it could be your mama who's like, well, I don't know if I buy that house because blah 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 blah. But then when you look at it, it's like, okay, I know that this is what my budget is. This is what I could get. You also have to put your own research into it as well.
And I love the clients who
Hmm.
have their own mind, and I'm not saying y'all don't have your own mind, because you take advice from somebody else. I'm not saying that. I love the clients who know what they want, who go in and says, I am okay with that, mom. It's okay. I like that. I can
Hmm.
fix that. I can do that. But I know I understand because me, myself, I talk myself out of a lot of stuff sometimes too. And it depends on who the person is. Like I said, it depends on who the person is. They can talk me out some stuff as well. So I understand. I do.
Right.
But this is why it's very important to start with step one because you know what you want. It's like I said, it's kind of like when you got to do a speech, right?
Hmm.
You've practiced that speech, you've memorized that speech, you're confident. But if you haven't practiced that speech, you haven't memorized that speech, you are nervous as ever. You're probably already going to have some nerves anyway. But honey, if you know you ain't memorized that speech,
I don't know. I'm always nervous when I do public speaking. I don't
same.
care how well I know this topic. I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
many times I've talked about this topic. I still
Mm-hmm.
get the butterflies.
That's me. I don't know what it be. It be past butterflies, honey. Some be beating me because I be about to pass. Woo!
Yeah,
That event
yeah.
last year, girl. My husband said, I don't think she gonna make it. My voice was shaking.
Well, it's like,
Oh,
hey,
look, I'm doing this. Rocking.
yes, I get it.
But yes, y'all, that's my whole point though. If you have that confidence, you got to memorize, you got it, you feel good about the whole situation. It's your thing, it's your gist, kind of like the gala when we done the I wasn't
Hmm.
nervous because we playing music. I got the music going. I didn't have the speech memorized. It was there, but I felt good because you know what? I knew what was about to happen next. We planned that. We knew we didn't go to somebody else's event. We planned that event ourselves and we knew what was about to happen next. So I wasn't nervous about the situation compared to me going to somebody else's space and showing off. So yeah, that's a good example.
Right.
Know it. That's you. You can't let nobody talk you out of it. You know it. This is you. All right. The next thing is you want to review your homeowners association rules. Why? You got in mind that you're about to get the storage building that you want to install.
Hmm.
You have plans. You want to put up the spits. You're gonna do this. You're gonna extend that. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna do that. Then you go into contract, and you're like, what? Now you need any reason to talk yourself out of it.
Hmm.
So know the rules. If your property is part of an HOA, you want to familiarize yourself with their rules and their fees as well. And another thing, same thing, contact your lender before you make an offer on that property because those $700 HOA fees may cause you not to get pre-approved.
That
Am
is
I right,
correct.
Erica?
Absolutely correct. So even if I have some people, especially if they're looking at a condo or something like that, a lot of times those HOA fees are high, but those do have to be included as part of your housing expenses.
Absolutely. And the last thing that I have on the list, and Erica, you can add whatever else you need to add. But I said this earlier. I said it's important to have a good team. Important to have a good team, right? Um,
Yes.
just make sure that you work with a trusted realtor. You make sure you have a lender that's on your side that knows their stuff or whatever. Because your real estate journey should be stress free. I'm telling you, it may not be, but it should be.
Now, wait a minute. I can't say stress free. Now, I can't say stress free because the thing with the home buying process, it's a hurry up, wait, hurry up. That's kind of
Mm,
how I describe it because it's like hurry up and get all your initial paperwork in, then you find a house, then it's kind of a waiting period, and then you get like once underwriting looks at it, then you have that second set of, hey, now I need this, so I need you to hurry up and get me this. And, then after that, you get your clear to close and we're good. But for a lot of people, they're frustrated because once underwriting looks at the file and then it's like, oh, hey, I need all of this stuff now as well. When it's really, for me, I know I've always thought, well, why you ain't look at it the first time and say you needed all of this stuff?
hmm
But that's
Yeah,
just
you
not how it
suddenly
works.
need it now.
Right.
But that's why it's important though, because again, you go to your if you let's say if you had that conversation with your realtor, right?
Hmm.
You're frustrated with your lender. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
need everything. They every 3 days they asking for something new.
Yep.
But your realtor they can explain to you because they've been through it. They know the situation. Well, they're probably asking you. It's probably not your lender. It's probably underwriting. Something probably came up, etc. This is why XYZ. Why I gotta get on the blank page on the statement? Why they need this? Why they need
Hmm.
that? That's why it's important because you may be stressed out and you may be thinking that your loan about to fall through, thinking like, why? How did they pre-approve me? But now suddenly this,
Hmm.
and this, and your team can help you and walk you through it. I'm telling you, when I had a client, they switched lenders in the middle of it, honey. And right before closing, the lender like, hold on, we got some issues trying to figure out some job verifications, and I was like, oh no.
Well,
But we figured
because
it out. They figured it out.
well, for a lot
Huh?
of people, you have to remember if somebody asks you for $100, you're gonna have 8 million questions on why they need this $100, blah blah blah. All
Mm-hmm.
of this. Here it is, you asking us for hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Uh-huh.
and you don't expect us to have no questions. Come on.
So I watched the movie last night, 99 Homes, and it just kind of reminded me why a lot of people feel the way they feel about, realtors and real estate and all of that. When
Hmm.
the market crashed a few years ago, it was a little cutthroat. But they have those rules in place now so that stuff won't happen. You
Right.
know. So you gotta do it. You gotta do your verifications. They don't want you to get yourself in a bad situation and then you can't get out of it. And the whole economy is crashing because people have these homes that they can't afford.
Well, and
So
that's
that's
why a
why
lot
it's
of people
important.
now they say they're waiting for the crash. They're waiting for the crash, and I keep telling people the crash is not gonna happen because there are
Mm-mm.
things in place now that were not in place then. Because I know when I got my first house, it was oh, you got a job, sign right here, we got you.
That's how it was. They
And
had to verify nothing. Oh, you said you
exactly,
get that? Oh yeah, I get that. Sign right here.
we
I'm
no
telling
paycheck
you, but that's
stubs, no
that's the
nothing
issue.
else.
Huh?
I said no paycheck stubs or nothing. It was just like, oh no, she said she made $100,000 a year. Oh, okay, we gonna go with that.
Let's go with it. But that's what I'm saying. And people were just selling left and right. Everybody's
Hmm.
rich. Everybody getting rich left and right. But they didn't know that was ruining the economy. So now things are in place to fix that.
Right.
So yeah, goal is clear to close. And then we're gonna make it all
Yes.
the way to closing and close. Not so Erica, what are some things, some advice that you can give people who's just tuning in, who's new, who's watching us for the first time? How to like we because this is about buyers remorse, but a lot
Hmm.
of times these people they get the house and they kind of talk themselves out of it, right? So what advice can you give the people who's thinking about buying a home, or who's already under contract, who's frustrated with the whole lending process, um, who's afraid that their loan may fall through? What kind of advice can you give them?
I would say stay in contact with your lender because as we hear
Absolutely.
stuff, those are things that we will talk to you about. If your appraisal came in short, if then it's your lender is going to be the person to say, hey, this is what's happening. So you should be hearing during the process. You should be hearing from your lender at least once a week, if not more. There are some people that I talk to at least every other day. I'm talking to this person saying, hey, this is what's going on with your loan. And so you shouldn't be at a place where you're wondering like, oh, I ain't heard nothing from nobody in 2-3 weeks, and I'm under contract. I don't know what's happening. So if
Mm-hmm.
that's your experience, then it shouldn't be.
Absolutely, you guys. And look, once you go on the contract, we tell you this during your buyer consultation, but your buyer consultation, you probably had that about 3-4 weeks ago,
Hmm.
maybe 5, maybe 8. Who knows? Um, Once you go on the contract, don't go out and add anything to your credit. Don't go out and ruin your credit in no kind of way. Don't go buy no furniture. Don't go add no extra stuff. Don't go out there moving money around. And yeah, that constant reminder, just don't change up, don't change jobs, don't do anything new, don't do anything extra without having that conversation with your lender. What about making a large deposit out of nowhere into your account?
No. So my favorite clients are the ones who they call and ask me everything. They call and say, "Hey,
I
I
love it.
got a tax refund check. Can I deposit this?" Hey, they want to check my credit for ADT. Can they do that? Like those are my favorite clients because I would
Hmm.
rather you call and ask me than try to do it yourself, and now you've messed it up. Or you get the person who you told me not to get a loan. You didn't say I couldn't co-sign for nobody else.
Mm.
Like your son couldn't wait 3 more days to get this car.
Don't co-sign nobody
Right.
for nobody.
But right, but you didn't say that. You told me not to go out and buy nothing else, but you ain't say I couldn't co-sign for my son to get this car. I'm like, yeah, so now you're gonna have to stay in the house that you at. So your son gonna have to park his car at the same house that you was already living at.
I guess you're gonna be living with your stepson. He
Right.
probably already got a house.
So, all of those things. So like I said, my favorite ones are the ones that call and ask me anytime they want to make a move, they're calling. That's what I want.
Yeah, I have clients that say that, like, Jesse, I know you probably tired of us. No, I am not. I'm glad you are calling me. What you need?
Hmm. Exactly. There's
I don't
people,
want none of those. Oh, no, you didn't. You did what?
mhm, exactly right. So,
So, yeah. Okay. You got anything else? What we got?
I don't. I'm just ready for all of these people who said they was waiting for the rates to go down and all that. Now that they're going down, let's do some business. Y'all should be
Audience.
ready. Y'all should have been, getting yourself ready in the meantime. But now that that time is here because those rates are falling, it's time. Let's go.
You hear it? Rates are going down. Rates are going down. That means that your buying power is going up.
Hmm.
Is that what that means, Erica?
That is what that means. And that means you want to jump in here before everybody else because all these other people that was waiting on the sidelines for rates to go down. And those are, some of these people are the people that were preparing.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that it's time, are you ready?
What does it say? It's
There you go.
time.
It is time.
I'm excited about Christmas, y'all. I'm super excited about Christmas. I'm excited about next year. I'm excited. I've been resting up. I got some stuff planned out next week. Yeah, I've been resting. Guys, just drop some stuff in the box below. Let us know what you're planning on doing for Christmas, what you're doing for the holidays. Let us know if you're thinking about buying a home next year, if you're thinking about selling. Let us know if you have any questions for any loan questions, anything, just let us know. Reach out to us anytime. Look, no question is a dumb question. We don't want you to get into that situation and then back out because, again, I know inspections can be very stressful. I know your
Hmm.
money, you've saved up all this money and you are afraid because that big word due diligence deposit. I might not get it back. But we don't want you to go in there like that, because that will cause you to not make that offer on their property, or you make that offer on their property and then you change your mind. We don't want you to do that. We want you to go in. We want you to go in confident and prepared for your speech. We want you to go in ready. Let's get it. Let's get you the new home in 2024.
Okay, I'm with it.
All right, you guys. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. You can reach me at 919. What's my phone number? 919-818-9854. Erica Batts.
Hey, and I'm Erica Batts. I am your home loan chick. You can reach me at 919-608-7916, or you can reach me at ericabats.com.
You can reach us in the clubhouse at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You can find us on Facebook on our page and in our group at Homebuyers Clubhouse. You can find us on YouTube at The Homebuyers Clubhouse. We hope you guys have an awesome day. We hope you have a safe holiday, a safe everything, a safe new year, a safe everything. We'll see you guys next year with TTYL and we'll whatever.
Bye.